Good morning, everyone. It's very early and I'm not dressed or anything like that, so that's why I'm using uh, an avatar. Anyway, let's get to it. So, I'm going to start with Don Berlin, and I'm going to be really, really honest here. Um, Now, I got back. Here's the thing, you know, the Ray Pape keeps going on about what's happening with your lawsuit. Josie, Josie, Josie. Let me tell you why he's doing that. Okay. Number one, the lawsuit is in full effect. Um, the deal is, and I would think that he would know this. Um, Judging on the amount of time he spent in court, was he not also, did he not say that he was like the prisoner's, lawyer when he was doing his 20 years for raping that woman and whatever? Anyway, so here's the thing. You cannot go into court and say, so and so said this, so and so said that. You have to go in with evidence. All right? It's really that simple. And getting that evidence takes time. It's not something you can do overnight. So don't worry about it, Ray Pape. That's still in effect. Trust and believe. Monday, we have a court date. And the reason that you're not going to be there is because you have been hiding your car blocks away, jumping on your moped with your wig on, looking like a woman, uh, pretending to not be who you are. Be a man. If all what you're saying is true, Ray Pape, why don't you just let them serve you, appear in court, and say your piece? Bring your videos, I'm going to tell the judge this, I'm going to do that. Well, you can't do that, Ray Pape, unless, you take the serve, which you're not doing. And the reason you're not doing it, I've done it two ways. Every time we have a new court date, there have been three so far. Monday is the fourth. And what's going to happen is, I already got you served once. I have the pictures and stuff. What happened the next time I went to court, I didn't know that I had to bring all that, which was my fault. And the judge said, just take it to the clerk, which I did. And then after that, I was going on vacation and I asked for a postponement. But, if you think for 1 second that nothing's happening, it is. It is. And it will be happening. And you're going to see. You are going to see. And the reason you get mad, Ray Pape, is because every time there's a new court date, it means a new service. You have to be served again, right? So the sheriff does it for free. So they're over there at your house. Then I have private servers over there at your house. That's why you do these Josie rants. Josie. You know, um, you are a very, very sick individual. You really are. But, time will tell. Time will tell. My next court date is going to be me and the judge showing him what you've been doing since. And every day it's something. You know what I mean? You can't, you're your own worst enemy is the deal. Okay? So keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. And we'll see. We'll see. Now, let's get to Don Berlin. Now, I had no clue who Don Berlin was. I had no idea. When I got back from vacation, I got an email alerting me to look at this and this and this, which I passed on to other people to look at. And every day I'm getting something new, every day. Now, Angel did a show yesterday, and she was saying that I didn't watch the show, actually. I was out, and I will watch it here shortly. I didn't watch it, but I was told that, you know, she's kind of backtracking in a way that she's saying, well, I'm not going to mention him again. She took her show down where she offered me the New York Post person, but it actually was the Washington Post that wrote the original article, and that's who I'm trying to contact. In any event, that's okay. And people are like, I've received a lot of shit, downing her because of that. Well, let me explain something to you people. Okay, the way I look at it, Angel is a public figure. Her family, a public figure. I mean, everybody knows the goddess. Okay, there's been her father, her brother, and all of this. So she cannot get up here and make accusations without proof. Okay, she cannot. So I totally understand what she's saying. I totally understand where she's coming from. That's been her advice, and it's correct advice. She is a public figure. I'm no one. I can say what the hell I want, and will continue to say what the hell I want. So there's the difference. So I totally understand what she was saying, and the proof will be coming forward. I feel like David and Goliath here. I'm fighting a giant in a way. This Don Berlin, he's been associated with Prince Albert, Brexit, the British government, all kinds of crap. And all kinds of crap is coming in. He's been, he's wanted in, Interpol has a jacket on him, a jacket that Lee Cole likes to talk about. Yeah, a jacket. Interpol does, all these different agencies do. And so it'll eventually come to the light. Let me put it that way. I'm David fighting Goliath. I'm doing it alone. And the reason I'm doing it alone, and let me be, I want to be really honest about this. Had Don Berlin given FBS my information and it stayed there, yes, would I have been angry about it? Yeah, totally. But I wouldn't be as angry because, well, let me back up a little bit. If Don Berlin gave FBS my information, it stayed with FBS, I wouldn't be as angry because, and I know this isn't going to make people happy, and it's, but here's my honest feelings on it. At his core, I don't believe that's who FBS is. I don't think he would have used my social to defraud and stuff like that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm reading it wrong. But I honestly don't feel that from him. I don't. But the fact that he passed it on to a psycho who he has called in an email, which Johnny Mac put up, is an animal. Animal. The fact that you would pass that on to him, that changed the whole game. That changed it. Had he have just kept it, put it this way, let me break it down. I would have trusted more FBS with my stuff than I ever would Ray Pape, okay? Knowing that he's a fraudster, rapist, convict, lying motherfucker, okay? That's how I feel about that. Anyway, that's not the way it's gone, so I have to take action. I'm David right here fighting Goliath. I'm alone in it. I get that. I said that on I Want to Talk podcast. And take a look at him, by the way. I love his channel. What I love about him is he has his opinions. I don't agree with them all. No, I don't. I'll get into that in a minute. But, we can agree to disagree. He doesn't make videos about me because I don't agree with him and all the rest of it. Anyway, so that's where that is at. We'll see what happens from here on out. I'm not going to talk about it anymore. I'm just going to do. I can't keep talking about it and not showing you. You know what I mean? So let it play out. Because I'm not on here all the time, because I'm not doing lives every 5 minutes, and because I'm not yakking about 24/7, doesn't mean nothing's being done. Every day, I'm getting more and more and more. And I'm thinking, here's what I'm thinking. Okay, here's this guy, Don Berlin. He's got tentacles everywhere, apparently. And here's the thing. How do you go from looking at information for the Prince Albert of Monaco, from Brexit, he's all over the place, to being on YouTube with these people going after ordinary people, going after ordinary, hardworking people? How do you do that? That's what I don't get my head around. That's what I don't understand. But anyway, it'll all come out in the wash. Trust and believe it is going to. It is going to. In any event, what was I getting to? Okay. Lee Cole. Lee. Now, I thought, here's what happened. When I got back from vacation, I was seeing all this thing on Lee. He's done this. He went on Gunsmoke Show, I guess. So I watched Gunsmoke Show, and from what I saw from that was that Lee was trying to defend himself, essentially. That's what I thought. Next thing you know, he's on Ray Pape. He's all over the place. So I guess he's back in that camp. Am I surprised by that? Yes, I am. I honestly thought when he promised that he was in with Angel, I never thought he would get out of her bosom, to be honest. I'm surprised that he has. At the same time, I kind of understand him a little bit, because I think he wants his show to be all inclusive. Informants, non-informants, whatever it is, he's trying to do a legit show. That's what I think. Now, the fact that he promised Angel that he would never have another rat on his show, not just Angel, he said it live. I will never have another rat, blah, 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 on my show. And then here you go, you look round and there's Shikali on there. That's what the problem is with that. Personally, I think Lee is just trying to have a show, an all-inclusive show. Has he gone the right way about it? No, he hasn't. Don't promise things you're not going to deliver. No. That's really what I see going on there. I haven't spoken to Lee. I don't know really what's going on. I'm just going on what I'm watching. And he did say he would never have another informant or rat on his show. And then he turns around and then you look and there's Dominic Shikali, the maid rapper, right? So, yeah, people are taking issue with that. I understand that totally, but ultimately, here's what's going on with me. I'm entrenched right now in Chronicles 2. It's going to read like the Bible, actually, by the time I'm done, but that's what I'm concentrating on. I'm not really going to be on here. I will go on Mark's show. I want to talk because I like him. I like his concept. That was really what I wanted to do, was be indifferent to each party and whatever. But you can't, for me, that didn't work out. I ended up on one camp or another camp. I also wanted to talk very quickly about NB and MRE. So I'm going to start with NB. Now, all right. I wasn't around when she was in the women community and whatever the hell they were doing over there. I wasn't around for that. Didn't know anything about it until everyone else did. Okay. Now, here's what happened with me and her. So what happened is this. Tanya was MRE's good friend. She's from Europe, the Ukraine, I believe, and she would come on, and she had a channel and whatever. So when I first started, I kind of saw that. I liked MRE right away. Her, not so much. The reason I didn't like her is because, first of all, I didn't understand half of what she was saying. It was always yes and blah 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 blah, and I just get and her. I looked at her channel. I couldn't understand it. It was all weirdo shit, and her fixation at the time was on A-Light's brother, Jimmy. I think, yeah, Jimmy was his name. Her fixation was on there. Anyway, out of nowhere, she starts attacking me. It started in the chat. She would talk shit about me. I didn't know from a hole in the wall. And then she did a whole video on me. When she did that whole video, I went right back at her. And she made some claims which were absolute bullshit. And I know that for a fact. And I went at her. Anyway, a little while later, she disappears. Now, I know MRE was mad at me about that. I know. He was. That was his good friend. He loved her, whatever. I defended myself. And in that video, you can go in my library. You'll see the video that I made. I said at the time, because I was afraid of MRE. I thought, oh, my God, you know, he's going to rip me apart and do videos on me. I was scared of him. I'm not going to lie. Because I was green to this. I was new to this. I didn't know, you know, what was going on. Anyway, so here's what I think. I think what happened is MRE was mad at me for that, and she disappeared somewhere. So here he brings in NB, Lauren. She starts attacking me, right? So we go back and forth, whatever. Tony Pizza likes to bring up the maid situation, which I believe was racist. I don't believe her or Lee's story as far as, oh, no, we were just saying that. No, you meant I'm black. I have no other place than to be a maid. I can't be educated. I can't do what I do. That's what I believe. And, you know, that's it. In any event, we talked about that. We talked about all of it, actually. I did shit too. I did the doxing thing with the girl. I'm not going to say her name again, but I wasn't completely off, by the way, with that. There was more to that, but I'm not going to disclose it here on YouTube. But there was more to it. I wasn't completely off. But in any event, I believe MRE was new. You know, NB was coming after me. Of course they did. They discussed it. He knew. But, you know, it's okay. It's YouTube. That's what happened. Now, since then, me and NB have talked about it. I'm over it. I'm sure she's over it. It keeps being brought up. But see, I can't judge her on what she did in the women's community. I can only judge her on what she's done with me. Yeah, there were some things that pissed me off. There were things I did, I'm sure, pissed her off. But we're over that. That's it. I mean, I don't know what else there is to say about it. You know, yeah, you've got all these women coming out. Oh, she did this, she did that, she did this, she did that. Every sock account on here that says something, you know, about anybody, oh, it's NB. Everything is NB. That is not possible. Well, maybe it is if she sits there 24/7. She's got a child. She's got a life, surely. You know, no. Anyway, let me get to the point of this. We've talked about it. We're done with it. I'm done with it. Maybe after what I've said today might stir up a whole nother hornet's nest, but I'm done with it. She's done with it. We've talked about it. We made our peace. That's it. Now then, far as these memes and her, yeah, I've heard what's been going on. Yeah. Did it cross my mind she might be behind them? I'm not going to sit here and lie. Yeah, it did. Yes, it did. Because, you know, from what, and I'm going on what the other women are saying, and, you know, my experience with her, it's possible, is what I thought. Then when I thought about it, I question it because I don't see her doing that. And I'll tell you why. She's a mother. I think she said she lost a brother or something. I just don't see her doing that with Angel. Another reason I don't see her doing it is because Angel and MRE are very good friends. I don't see her doing that when knowing that they're good friends. I don't see it. She's a mother. I don't see her putting a kid up there doing that. I really don't. She's been accused of a lot of shit that hold on with just 1 second. Let me grab some water. Okay, sorry about that. I'm back. She's been accused of a lot of shit that I just don't believe it. Did I think that? Yeah, I sure did. I thought about it. It's possible, but thinking about it, no. I don't see her doing that. I really don't. I don't think she's behind the memes. I think, as Angel said, she's going to find out. We'll see, you know. But I don't. I personally don't feel in my heart that she's behind anything like that because she's a mother. I don't see her doing that with a dead child. You know, people are. I just. It doesn't make sense to me. Now, me and her had our thing. This is the last time I'm ever going to talk about it. I'm sick of talking about it. We had our thing. We went back and forth. I did wrong. She did wrong. It was worked out. We talked about it. That's it. And I'm not talking about it again, ever. Now, let's get on to MRE. So, Mark, I want to talk, you know, has his theory on MRE. A lot of people have their theory on MRE. So, I'm going to give you mine and I'm going to give you my honest theory on it. Now, when this came out in the very beginning, I was out of the country, I believe. And so when I came back, they had all different videos and different things. And honestly, I didn't look at it because I know him only by how I know him. He was the first one, put my videos up, he promoted me, la, 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 la. So what they were saying did not compute with what I saw of him. So I refused to believe it, and I said so. Now, I think it's going on, is it close to a year? I don't know when the hell this was. Yeah, close to a year. So, or a year. Anyway, so since then, yeah, I've seen certain videos people have put up, I've seen certain things. Now, Mark has a different opinion than me, and he's entitled to his opinion. But that's what I like about Mark, is that he allows people to have their opinion. Okay. Now, my opinion on it is this. There was one particular video that I've seen several times. Several people put this video up. And he's walking, MRE is walking with a dog somewhere, and he's talking about Jews. He finds some random black guy that he gives a leaflet on the killings going on in South Africa. Now, I saw that video several times, and to tell you the truth, I didn't really listen to it. I didn't listen to what he was actually saying. Kind of watched the video and I thought, oh, okay, you know, I wasn't bothered by it. Anyway, Guardian of the Night, who everybody's saying is Joey Dimes, I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway, he put up a video showing that same video. And this time I listened to it. I listened. And MRE was upset about I guess, white cucks. I'm not quite sure what that meant. Now, he gave a leaflet to this random black guy about the killings in South Africa. Well, I'm not going to go into that right now, simply because it's a whole nother issue. I have my thoughts on that. Um, do I agree with the killings? Absolutely not. But you have to look at what was behind it. And I did get a little bit upset with him at that point, because he's giving this leaflet to some random old black American that has no idea about apartheid, South Africa, or the politics or anything that went on. And I thought that was a little bit insulting, to be honest. But I'm not going to get into that. That's a whole nother issue. And I'm happy to talk to MRE about apartheid and South Africa anytime he wants, and explain it to him. My thoughts on it, not explain apartheid, but explain my thoughts on it. And have a discussion about it. I've no problem doing that with him. It did irritate a little bit the way he did that. But in any event, and I saw the Hitler birthday party shit, right? So my next question was, all right, how long ago were these videos? Were they recent? I saw the dog. Is that Rocco? Is that a recent video, or is that an old video? That's the problem here with me. That's my question. Because if it's old, is that who it's clear at that time that's what he thought. That's very clear. From what I understand, there was a lot of anti-Semitism. There was a lot of black hatred back when his uncles were growing up. Maybe that's what contributed. I don't know. I will talk to him about that. If he wants to talk about it, I'm happy to talk about it with him reasonably and respectfully. However, how old are these videos? And my thing about that is not the person I know today. That's not who I see. The other question I have is, on all the videos I've seen where he's, they have him talking or whatever, he's very, very anti-Semitic, very. Now, how is it Lauren is one of his best friends? She is Jewish. As Jewish as they come. She's almost a New York Jewish princess. How is that his good friend? If he's this Nazi, whatever. Somebody explain this to me. How is it that if he's this, not just a Nazi, but, white supremacist and whatever, how is it that we became friends? Why would he be friends with me? That's the part that does not make sense to me. And so I in my mind, I'm thinking this. I'm thinking, all right, maybe he was that way. That maybe were his views. Are they his views now that he's seen and, grown up a little bit and seen what's going on? Are those his views now? No, I don't. They can't be. So that's where I'm confused about it. I don't see him that way. Nothing will make me see him that way. These videos, and again, I refer to American History X. I refer to that because that was actually based on a true story. I saw the documentary. This guy was actually in prison. He had swastikas, he had tattoos all over his ass. And he was like higher ranking in that crap. And he realized it wasn't for him. It wasn't, he took a whole 180-degree turn. And he was getting the tattoos lasered off one by one. And it was a painful process. And they interviewed him. And so I revert to American History X because as you see, that guy was entrenched in it. His brother was entrenched in it. There is such thing as change. People change. People might have one point of view and then next week have a different point of view, as we see with Lee Cole. Lee, you know, I'm very disappointed in the way you handled this. I'm not, you know, I understand it. I understand what you're doing, but the way you've done it, you're alienating friends that really supported you. You are. So, you know, that's just a thought. Anyway, that's what I think about MRE and NB. Okay. NB, me and her went at it. I wasn't around in the women community. I don't know what the hell was going on over there, nor do I care. But yes, we had our issues. Did I think at one point she might have been behind the memes? Yeah. But I don't think so, because I really honestly don't think that's who she is as a person. I really don't. Everything right now is MB. Somebody takes a shit, MB did it. Just because all of you say it doesn't make it so. I don't like mob mentality bullshit. I don't. Just because you're saying it doesn't make it so. Okay? Now then, MRE, same thing. He's not what he's portrayed as. He's not. That's not how I've experienced him. That is not who I see. Was he like that in the past? Yeah, from what I've seen, clearly. Is he that now? Are people not allowed to change? Are people not allowed to develop and grow and maybe look at things differently? You know, think about that. Maybe that's what happened there. I don't know. But what I do know is he has a Jewish best friend. He's got a black friend in me. He's put up pictures surrounded by black people. And, you know, don't tell me all black people are stupid that they wouldn't realize, oh, here's, you know, Mr. Nazi sitting amongst them. He's shown pictures from back in the day. He had people come on. He had a black guy come on, a friend of his. That's where I get, you know, I can't, just because somebody says it doesn't make it so. Let me put it that way. Anyway, at the end of the day, here's the deal. I'm just going to do me. I will do me. That's it. Certain things I'm going to tolerate, certain things I'm not. I'm not going to keep up here every 24/7 talking about it. I have other things to talk about other than that. And I'm just doing what I need to do for me. I do not want my social security number used for fraud or to ruin my finances, stuff like that. That's it, bottom line. The name calling, the rest of it, I don't care about. I care about my finances, being able to live, being able to work, being able to, you know, lead a normal life. I'm just an ordinary person. I'm nobody. So for this Don Berlin to do what he did to me is outrageous to me, and that's why I'm angry. And I'm angry that had he have just left it with FBS, I would have trusted that more. Me and FBS, there's no love lost. Don't get me wrong, no love lost. But I would have trusted my shit with him before I would trust it with Ray Pape. Okay? Anyway, I'm going to go, people. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye for now.